Football, that one game that brings happiness. Football, that one game that brings joy. Soccer, that one game that unites the world, that unites community. For we, it always been at our place to go when we need to be entertained. Funny enough, we don't discover with time say football even educate people. You don't necessarily need for she don't for some class, may Messi teach you on maybe Messi educate you on character. You don't necessarily she don't need for she don't for some class. May uh Pep Guardiola educate you on how to bring a group of people together or how to win and win. What are some of the characteristics and all of that. Um, so in as much as some they play football for entertainment purposes, for entertain themselves, for just enjoy the game, others and they shouldn't for outside they watch for that reason. So many of them for them na career and they don't make so much from. However, the latest thing I don't learn now the educational part of the game of soccer or football, the things that we feel learn them because of soccer, the things that we do learn them because of soccer. I think that is the reason why nowadays I don't decide if I'm supposed to talk to people, um, especially when it concerns soccer. Again, for being a people that we, I will learn a thing or two from them uh, about the beautiful game. It's another day, it's another weekend, it's another 90 in 5 with my boss True Lion. I will bring it in. The story, the conversation go this one way. Me, I really want to talk more about veterans football. I don't know if you get some other topics that we go want more address some. But yeah, I really want more jump on this veteran soccer thing and trash and thank everyone with the watch. Thank everyone with always watch. Be I see you. Thank you very much for always being there. Um, might bring my brother and then we'll go ahead and kickstart or jumpstart this conversation.
Yes, sir.
Boss man,
How you day?
no, I did fine. How for you?
Man, you're always busy, man. I do. Whatever leave stone, as we talk about.
All man busy for the task. You say you're busy, but you worry. Our
Well,
family.
all Monday fine. We thank God.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Another weekend, another day for us to get together and talk football and talk soccer and discuss the beautiful game we all like. Higher weekend, yeah, soccer weekend, BD.
Well, I watched lots of games. Did I start Friday, Saturday, then today? So it's
Mm-hmm.
been actually busy as far as football is concerned. But
Mm-hmm.
other things, actually, played tennis on Friday. I'm still sore up to today because played for about 2 hours, 30 minutes. It was crazy, man.
Wow.
Yep.
Me actually, I go back for fee this this week. I buy my boots on Tuesday. I went back and played with the guys on Wednesday. Man, it was crazy. You know how for your head, you know the thing the way you know and then the physical fitness you get out of your head, you know the match which way. Uh,
Exactly. Exactly. And that's something I don't know how we can introduce that, right? I don't know how we can introduce that, but if we do add, if we make effort, we can get there.
yeah,
Because a lot of these veteran team, they go out, play maybe 2, 3 times a week, and they think
yeah,
that's enough.
mm-hmm,
If they can train, like most of these guys, like go to the
yeah,
gym, make sure that physically you are fit, so that when you
yeah,
go to the field, you're able to, because it's tasking, right? The body,
yeah, yeah,
it's very tasking on the body, but you need to plan for that. In order to play, normally this is a calculation you make, right? In order to play a game of 30 minutes, you need to
yeah.
train at the gym or run maybe for an hour in order to be able to sustain the 30 minutes game. Those are the things we should
Wow.
start building up our mindsets for to get us ready for this type of games. Yeah.
See, I don't make like 1 year I never play. I buy boot, I go wish for free. I don't know. I'll just enter now, I'll just work at me. But you know when you get in there and then you need a touch ball, Before you want to know, you don't start to run left and right. He
Yeah, yeah,
came
yeah.
out very tired. Yeah,
And yeah, and you have played football, you know how this works. You should
yep,
be able to maybe go to the gym first, run, stretch before
yep,
you actually go ahead
yep,
and play a game in order
yep,
to
yep.
avoid
I
some
think
type
there's
of
actually very true. You really need for you get to be intentional about your return. If you don't
yep,
stay away, you never play. You no get for Joe wake up so one day, oh, I dey go back, go start play. Joe go enter will feel. Again, are lucky. Some person if you fall for they die.
yep,
If
yep,
you force and so if you force some run to because in every day not only me, I come that day, I think Pop so calm. Some guy they call Chango come. We'll be there like we how many way who never they play for a very long time. If I say very long time, more than a year.
yeah. You
But they
should
will
be
just
very
enter
careful.
our feet and then you go and run for impress people and do all of that.
No, you should be very careful. You should warm up the body and make sure that you're physically
Mm-hmm.
fit in order to actually go ahead and play, in order to avoid some certain type of injuries.
Boss, more start for thing that happen the weekend. Which you want? Who say I want start?
Well, you can start anywhere, man. We can talk about EPL. We can talk about what's his name, the coach of Cameroon visiting players. I mean, we
Yeah.
can start anyway. Yeah.
So more start from home. They say charity begins at home. First of all, we'll see FIFA don't take that. I think nobody discuss that one, right? FIFA don't take down. FIFA don't publish lists for country them, and their management and all of that. At first, for some reason, FIFA they don't put the coaching name for update, and then now the list where they publish, I think this more them this last time they don't take out Mark Brissy name. We don't know which they happen.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people talking about that, but for me, it has no importance because the way you maintain your website has nothing to do with anything. It's not rule. It's not the law. Mark Bryce is, so far as I know, he's Cameroon coach, and it doesn't matter if his name is on the FIFA website or not. FIFA does not say why maybe they will put someone's name on the website and take it out. So for me, it's not an issue.
No, why you're saying the issue? Because at the end of the day, if they prefer put the name up there, me I want understand now who be even give them the information for put the name up there. Because
Okay,
I know
what?
say
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought it's a maybe issue
Mm,
because first of all, I know if you authenticate if that first snapshot will become out if not truly FIFA website. I know
mm-hmm,
you go if I be go FIFA website go verify am, then I see
mm-hmm,
name today, right?
mm-hmm.
I will give my word, say, okay, they put it there, then they took it down. What if someone just took a snapshot, edited it, put it there, then the next day comes and say, oh, the name is not there? What if? So
No,
it's something I cannot authenticate.
I think say people don't verify them. People don't verify them and authenticate them. His name was there before. And at the concern that will get them. Like, first of all, me sending him that even whether na he be coach or not. My thing is, at the end of the day, who they give FIFA if the information? Who say FIFA will get the information before they first put in name for day? When now they move them and wait to be the situation. Like for me, I don't get questions. I feel like so many questions and they will if you get the right person for answer, it will really clarify a lot of things.
Well, but that's why I
However,
said,
yeah.
yeah, that's why I say it's just a distraction for me. It doesn't
Mhm.
it doesn't say much. It's not a news. Well, I saw it, but I didn't chase the news. I didn't even go to verify because for me it doesn't mean anything.
However, we see it go around, it visit players, it call players, one-on-one meet with players, whether Zoom or personally, and all of that. But then he never still be confirmed as coach for Fikafoot, when at the football governing body for Cameroon. What is your take on that?
No news is good news. For me, Fekafut is quiet, it means that's the coach. It means they've confirmed him. Fekafut doesn't need to sign. Again, I talked about an incident, right? Where Iya Mohammed refused to sign a coach that was appointed by Cameroon. But the guy was still able to coach Cameroon and take Cameroon to competitions. So for me,
Mhm.
signing or not signing, for me, that's not a big issue. I know
Yeah, you
Fekafut is
said
not
it's a
happy
big
about
issue.
that. Mhm.
Yeah, no, go
I
ahead.
know I know Fekafut is not happy about that, but that's who's coach of Cameroon.
When you say it be big issue, I don't know what you mean because at the end of the day, that coach get for work with Cameroon. Now, Fikafoot they convocate players. Now Fika food they send out invite for players. Now Fika food in so many things in the eager for work with Fika food, whether I like it or not. So if right now, they in good terms, in I know man no see no can no maybe for back the already agree. So you know what? I'm not going to put my signature on that stuff, but you can go ahead and do whatever you want to do as the coach of Cameroon. If it's to be an agreement to get them behind doors, you understand? But me, I just feel like name that foundation for failure that way would already be
Of course, I've said this before. Fekafood and the government, including
mm-hmm,
now the coach, because government actually was the one that appointed the coach. They need to work
mm-hmm,
into one direction in order to make the football, in order to put the national team in the best of conditions to
yeah,
be productive. So that's not even a question, you know. However, when I said it's not a big issue, I'm just talking about what I know, how Cameroon actually deals with these issues. I'm not saying
yeah,
it's right, but unfortunately, that's the situation we are in, you know. So, but I've heard the coach says he wants to work with Feka Food. He wants to keep a good working environment. So I
yeah.
know for him, when he gets sits down with Feka Food, sits down with Samuel Eto'o, I know for him, it will. That's what he will try to do because he's trying to do a good job. But Feka Food also has to agree their side of responsibility. Now, if they don't want the coach, they should make it known. But we are already about 3 weeks or a month into our next game because after the season,
Mm-hmm.
we are going to have World Cup qualifiers, African Nations Cup qualifiers, and the coach is already visiting teams, as you can see. I mean, players, as you can see. So he's the coach of the Cameroon national team, regardless of what if Fika Food has put out a statement or not.
Another troubling issue now say right up to now, we never even know anything about a contract, letter of engagement with ministry.
I mean, yeah, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead. I'm just laughing. Go ahead.
Now we never see contract. No man not get any detail. Even CRTV when are the closest people to the ministry, they don't know anything about the contract. But then the man they go ahead for work. And besides even in close collaborators and people they will nominate you with, we never hear anything say they don't sign. The only person they don't engage in na we ministry most say ministry don't engage them. Na ye. You not think say to an extent I don't know if the ministry be serious about whether they just test the waters to see whether okay, wait you want do if you work then we'll engage you or what do you think?
Well, leadership has always known that the Cameroon fan does not really have a say. You see what I'm saying? So they will not come out and give you numbers, how much the contract was is for, and things like that.
But they be doing for Rigobert's song. For Rigobert's song, the day we signed, everything was made public. Everything was made public when Rigobert's song signed and everything. So we
What?
expect the same thing for continue because now the problem now don't always get them
No, let me ask
before
you.
it don't come of it.
When you say everything was made public for the Gobert song, what do you mean? I'm
We
trying
mean
to
so we
understand
know
what
how
you mean.
much they pay, we know how many year contract is sign them, we know who the way don't sign where he signed the contract with as in his assistants and all of these people them like we saw everything happening in front of our eyes. Why be say this time for Mark Breeze, he did a hide and seek they play.
Well, as I said, the government knows that the fans don't have much to do about it. Even if they're angry when football starts, you know, they will just get over it and start supporting the team. So I'm not sure why, they have not given all that information. But at least for now, we know who the coaches are. We know who the assistants are. Until otherwise, by Fekafood, Fekafood said that they will actually get 48 hours or 72 hours in order to name their own coaches and assistants. But we have not seen that. So for me, no news means that the communique that came out before, that's what stands.
Okay, oh, may they continue that their disorder. Uh, we'll wait now when they go lost some game and then I think the last thing I want to talk on, I want me to discuss more discuss on about Mark Brees is I remember when he came to Cameroon and he did whatever he did in the name of signing a contract. And then the next day they took him to the field to observe the pitch, and he was smelling the grass and saying, "Oh, it smells fine." Oh, blah blah blah. We did a show and I did not really like the idea, especially because the playoffs were going on. I have a lot of players. I have so many players. I wanted him to watch them play, especially that level for competition we not the highest back home. I want me he see them play, the Nathan Douala, all of that. Because for me, if you ask my opinion, I think it will be now another question I'll ask you. But if you ask my opinion, I want to see more local local league, local based players for national team. I want get more than five. For me, I feel like they deserve more than five spots for national team. But then if you choose for no go for field, he choose for go look at grass. And then right after I go back for Europe, he start work and visit players. Is this an indication that Mark Buis is not interested in the local league or the local players?
You have to look at time factor. We have a game in a month's time. He will not go get amateur players, from Cameroon to come and play him qualifications. So he's getting the players that he can actually see that are actually ready to play. So for the short term, I know he's gonna do maybe just these professionals, but hopefully as time goes on, he's gonna integrate local players.
Boss, when you say time, at least go watch the players and play and then decide, you know what, I don't think I want to pick one or two. That is not just my thing that at
But
least go
time
watch,
is a
go
factor.
go.
That's why I say time is a
Huh?
factor. That's why I'm saying that time is a factor. Time is a factor.
But he had time to go to the field and was expecting the grass and all of that stuff. He visited at least 3 or 4 stadiums
Oh, you're
and
talking
on
about in
different
Yaoundé.
days.
Yaoundé doesn't
Huh?
have three or four. Yaoundé doesn't have three, four stadiums. What are you talking about?
No, he visited the stadium. He was in Douala also.
No, that was Yaoundé.
No, he visited Douala also.
No, that was Olimbe.
Was he not visiting one field? Remember?
That was Olimbe. He was at Olimbe. Where you saw him was Olimbe. I never saw him in Japoma. It was at Olimbe.
Okay, at the end of the day, my point I say during the time players will go on,
Mm-hmm.
just like Idiwaka visit players and now go watch their games. I expected him to do the same thing for the league. So this is my take, right? He don't already start proofs it, so he don't take his side and he go be political about that. Because if you wanted to, if you were sincere in I want to meet Samuel Eto'o. I want to have this conversation with him because I want us to build something that can win. You understand? But then you decide for no go supervise league way, maybe by everyone. 1 second, I beg. Bonnet. Yeah, yeah. I did has I did come my finish I did life, I beg. Yeah. So my point is I feel like it already start play the game, the politics. Because you they come on instead for you to go watch league. You no one go watch league because you feel like it will give points to the people that they organize the league. You decide to go watch in a field where you know say a ministry bill am. And then after that, you go back for Europe, you start the one visit players them. Where you never really get an authorization for fake food. The body where the direct person we ever work with. So me, I feel like it already start play the political game. I don't know what you think on that.
No, I don't always use this word, right? They need the fit file for market day. You are talking about local players in the national in the league. We don't have good players. It's the amateur players, right? So we don't have players where they can get into the national team and start producing right now. Most of those players still have to gain some type of experience in order to even integrate the national team. So what the coach is doing, he's going to the players that he knows he can fill them up tomorrow and they play a game, and that's what he's doing. I'm not gonna blame him for that. He was not the one who set up our football. He's coming into a situation in order to make a job and produce results. So if you want to produce results, you go to the players that are ready to play tomorrow, not to those that you need to still uh, let go through a formation before they can actually start playing for the national team. So with time, he's gonna get introduced to local players. I don't have an issue with that.
Boss, you talk about E1 player the way they be ready, local players will not be good. But remember, say for 1990, now local players they give you that glory way will get and suited today. That quarterfinal glory will get and suited today. What should be the difference between local player for 90 and local player for 2024?
A huge difference. Back then,
Tell me.
I tell you, back then, before 1990, we had players like Francois Omambi, Kanabi, who left our league, our local league, to integrate as internationals immediately. Went from a local league to first division in France and started playing and scoring goals. Today, we don't see that. Even one of our best young projects, Baleba, he had to sit himself on the bench when he went to France for quite a while before even start playing. The last person that was able to leave and integrate the national team, leave our local league and integrate uh, a professional league in France was Abubakar, and that was in 2008 or 2007. I've forgotten the exact year. Nowadays, you don't see that happening. Our league is not as good, and we have to work on our league in order to step up. So I'm just being realistic. Our players in Cameroon are not ready to integrate the national team right now as we speak. They have to go through, you know, more formation, in order to be at a very good level, in order to compete with the best. That's just the reality. And the fault is ours.
How you think so? If you fix them?
Well, it takes time. We have to be patient. We have to work on our local football. We have to build facilities, pitches around different regions, so that locals can actually play, kids can actually play and get better. We have to pour in more money in our leagues so that we become more competitive. If you're talking about only two teams that are paying their players on a constant basis. So how do you motivate
Mm-hmm.
those players to actually be productive for their various teams? It's difficult. It doesn't happen overnight, but we have a long way to go. We can work on it.
I like the fact you talk about how do you motivate players to build themselves, to build for a better tomorrow. And me, I strongly believe so one of the ways that we feel motivate the players. Now, when we get these players for understand, say, if you feel play fine for local league, if you play fine for Interpose, if you play fine for PWD Bamenda or for Bamboo Tools or for some team for Maroa or local, if you feel really push you, if you play, we'll give you a spot for national team, just like they did for Nathan Douala. I think when they did for Nathan Douala, we all will be like, oh, Nathan too now because nobody don't see. The playoffs don't prove say Nathan be good. And if Nathan feel be good, we don't see many other picking them for the league where they really play very well. So for me, one of the indirect ways even if the money no day, one of the indirect ways of motivate the picking them for train on them own and play, now for start give them at least some even a 4, 5, 6, 7 slot for national team. It will motivate the rest of the team for play. I ask you a question about 19, and I like the way you answer the question. And you are right, you are very correct. But remember also say one of the two be the motivate football back in the days before the 90s, be then I say player why they play for Tonnerre, for Canon, even for PWD Kumba. He knows if he play very well, he get a good season, he play some good games, he come out good, they will call you for national team. Now lie talk.
It's not totally true because you call PW Kumba. Name me how many players that come up PW Kumba go national team.
No, we get players there, they come up PWD Kumba, they don't go national team direct, but then they sign them for Tonnerre, Canon, and other one them, and then before you know it, they start playing. I know, if I use PWD Kumba, now just an example, I don't mean PWD by itself. Tato Steven, we finally be captain for national team. He play a team for Kamakumba. Ndibakem Victor, we finally play for national team, play 1990. He play for Kuma, for some local team for Kuma, where he never even then at PWD. He never even then at the super team like PWD. I think some other team. We get a
Yeah.
plenty.
No, all thing I want to tell you, I say back in the days, you had to go through Canon Tonnerre Union in order to play to the national for the national team. So everybody knew that you had to be in Yaoundé or Douala in order to play for the national team. That's how it worked back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, you had to go through Douala, Yaoundé, those big teams, three big teams, Union, Canon, Tonnerre, and it was mostly Canon and Tonnerre before you actually could be integrated in the national team. Today, I like your passion. I like what you're trying to sell, but Our local league is not good enough. Even the Douala you're talking about, I don't see Douala playing in a national team for a long time. I've watched him play as what technically gives on the ball. He's just okay. He's just okay. To be honest, I ain't gonna lie with you. I watch him. I watch his ball touches and all that. There's nothing special. Meanwhile, when I watch Baliba, I see a refined player. The way Baliba is on the ball, the way he touches the ball. And now, keep in mind, he's playing against also the best. But who is Douala playing against?
Boss, by the way, thanks shout out to everyone who's watching. I see my brother Karim Malok, Karo Malik. I see TMA. Guys, go ahead and let us know what you think. We are having a conversation on our soccer. The main conversation today will be about veterans football. But for now, we want to talk about our national team because now our shushu that way we feel like some people they take and they play with them. They don't know how many people they had there on the scale when that team lost or when that team draw or when we get humiliated. By the way, you know if you ever know say what you do the impact people until you start meeting people for event and then they ask you say I said, but why don't I need to talk about Nigerian soccer? Why don't I really talk about Cameroonian soccer? Some guy actually meet me for some event this weekend. A Nigerian, he give me a rundown of all the programs where they do the interviews that they do and the people that they interview him. Tell
Yeah.
me about this soccer program. The guy queried me like for 15 minutes. He said, why don't they talk about their local league also? Say they get good players, they get good clubs, and this and that. If I not get that information, if you hook me up with a person for Nigeria, where you go to give me all the information, my own only for, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
And now the difference that between Nigerians and we, he don't see an opportunity where if he sell the people then too, he want make sure say the people then benefit from. At the beguna, any person you watch now, that is the same thing. That's the same way we get for the think. More when they talk about football for year, you bring me something about Kumbo strikers or tell me about some young player for some sideway or we don't know or some coach for some sideway they do something or some anything where you know say if we help our community, especially when it comes to football for group. When I bring the conversation for table, boss, you be the laugh. You didn't like one talk something.
No, I was laughing at what Carol Malik said. That's not true. Players came from other local leagues, other local teams, straight to the national team. That's why I've asked him to name me the consistency because you cannot take one example, right, and make it the
Mm-hmm.
norm. Ever since I've been in, grew to watch football in Cameroon, those
Mm-hmm.
three teams that are called to me
Mm-hmm.
on a very very rare occasion, Diamant Yaoundé. You saw
Mm-hmm.
Cannabis, he was in Diamant and all that, and then Olympique Volley had maybe one or two players. You know, back
Mm-hmm.
then when they had money for 1 or 2, 2, 3 years. But most of the players back in the time, even I had a cousin, Ayokuba Ferdinand, who was a very good player with PWD Bamenda, and he
Mm-hmm.
wanted they wanted to call him for the national team, but they said he had to go through Tonnerre. He turned down signing a contract for Tonnerre, still remained in Bamenda, and that's how he never played for the national team. So these things have existed for a long time. If you had to play for Cameroon national team, you played for Canon, or you played for Tonnerre, or you played for Union Douala. And it's also almost like that when you look at maybe uh, Spanish teams.
Mm-hmm.
The most players come from where? Real Madrid and Barcelona. Those who play with Spanish, or then you have people coming from outside, different teams in different countries.
Boss, but you, I think say you don't use the example for Spanish league. We accept, I accept, but now because right at the moment, Barcelona and Real are the biggest clubs, so they consider say if you really be talented, right, you got to play for that two club them, and then if we call you for national team. Back in the days we had Tone and Canon, and maybe I don't know. And when you be the play for that team, them when at them be there, probably for the first three biggest for country, then it means if you get quality for play for national team. We even see this the like of where we play for Tone and then go be where world best. When Cotton start reigning for Cameroon, we start see that they get Cotton for all category, they always get called up. Their players they always get players of a national team. Now, Opopo time. Now start Rena their time. Don't you think it only be fair for them to forget at least two or three sport for national team?
Yeah, of course, you have to promote your own, right? You have to promote your local league, but the league also has to be very competitive. I'm not that type of a guy who will just pick a player because I want to feel there's a quota that we have to fill. I believe that
Hmm.
everybody has to be as good and as competitive. Now,
Yeah.
I know that some people want to see their own and all that, but we have to work on it. As I just told you earlier, I've watched Nathan Dwala play.
Hmm.
Of course, he has some touches, good technique and
Hmm.
all that. But physically, I look at him, I'm like, oh man, I'm not even sure this guy can play for second division in France or maybe play for the championship in England because technically or tactically, I don't see him ready yet. That's what I'm talking about. So to carry a guy like that and just throw in the national team because you want to fill quarters, I don't think that's the right message.
I already know answer for this question, but I'll still ask him. We don't only see Mark Breeze. This the visit now. By the way, the simple as the way song be the use now the simple as the way they still visit them. Whereas we be the castigate song for all we get players the way the better passer one. Why you the only one you the always use another one them look for different players, look for better players. Um, the question now for you could be now. Any player they will be expecting Mark Breeze will already meet and sit and talk with them. Where you never see talk with them.
I saw him go to Frankfurt and he's trying to bring this guy Eketi,
Mm-hmm.
who had refused to play for the Cameroon national team before.
Mm-hmm.
There's hope. I saw him talk to Baliba, who I think if
Mm-hmm.
Baliba comes to the national team in that midfield together with Angisa, it's going to be a
Mm-hmm.
game changing situation for the Cameroon national team. Then he also
Mm-hmm.
has the Mbuemos who is back playing and all that. So, in
Mm-hmm.
order to change the destiny of a team, right, you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to change 10 players. You can
Mm-hmm.
bring in 5 new players, key players in situations, and you see a total turnaround, especially for African football, where I think the football is so unpredictable. So yesterday, Ivory Coast won. Tomorrow it will be Cameroon. It could be Cameroon coming from nowhere because keep in mind, before the African Nations Cup, Ivory Coast had missed out on the World Cup, and everybody was saying that Ivory Coast is not a good team. But what happened?
Yeah.
1 month after that, Ivory Coast actually won African Cup of Nations. So it doesn't take much for teams to turn around their football when it comes to African football.
Um. Now I know you do a lot of research. Now, what I'll ask you a question. For you, what you think say at the moment, maybe from your research you don't do, yeah, find this you don't do. What do you think say na Mark Breeze strength?
Come again. Ask that question again.
So for you, based on your findings the way you don't do what do you think say could be the best thing where Mark Breeze could bring at the table? What it could be his strength?
I think communication, which we already see. You see him visiting players,
I think so too.
trying trying to get to know the players. Then I also think discipline. He will be somebody that you cannot influence. So those that you see on the field or those that he call, you will think no one actually would have influenced his choice.
I like the fact you bring up the palaver influence his choice, but then we hear how we don't hear how a minister be the call Rigobert song for tell who for put on for fee and all of that. I want you to say something on that light also.
Minister calling Rigobert song.
Yeah, we all know say the minister called Rigobert song made them put Onana for field. It's obvious.
Okay, I
People don't
think
talk him,
no,
people
no,
don't
no,
confirm
no,
him.
no, no, no. I think Minister intervened for Onana to come back to the national team.
Where
Is
it
that what
means
you
say
think?
he call it means say now he decide who them will come up with national team. You know, leave him at the discretion of the coach.
Well, I think it was also because of weakness and manipulation by Samuel Eto'o.
Where it means say minister be the influence decisions them because at the end of the day when you give a team, if you not give Fekafu for Samuel Eto'o and then Fekafu give coaching for Rigobert Song, we all get for Levy. He do you work hands free. If you want fail, may fail. It no matter whether it fail or not, we not get for intervene because we feel say I don't know if I did make a point.
No, I do agree. I do agree with you. We should not intervene in what the coach is doing. But what I'm telling you is that the minister intervened and Samuel Eto'o also intervened. So you have two people intervening from both sides, and that caused some indiscipline, and that's what actually happened.
So now you dey talk, so you think say Magbis, be possible for intervene with
Exactly.
he, but all this like I talk, we don't all this are see steps so the show say this, so maybe you know all this start be political. First of all, you do for country instead of go watch
How
league. You know,
how is it
uh-huh.
being political?
Political because you don't have a country, they don't engage you the new national team coach.
Mm-hmm.
League the go on at the highest level for football for the country. You understand? And you get 1 month or less for choose player that will play our next qualifying games. Instead for you to go watch the players the way they play now and then conclude, so you know what, they are not good. I don't need anybody from there. You understand? You no go watch you that one. You instead come on, go you go to look that field where any regular person will look that field them from afar. Now field they just come up for host nations cup. So me, I feel like he already be influenced by a minister, but then with me now you the sit down for now they talk say, oh, it go be as a person you know be influenced. I don't know
No,
if I that makes
no.
sense or not.
Okay, may I explain to you how protocol they work, right?
Yeah.
He came to Cameroon to sign his contract. He signed his contract. The minister does the protocol. They are the ones telling you where to visit, who to visit, and what to do.
Boss, boss,
No, I'm
boss.
telling you how it works.
No, no, no,
Bro,
no, no.
listen
Minister,
to me.
minister,
You asked me a question, right? You asked me a
boss,
question, right?
boss,
Yeah,
boss.
go ahead. Go
The
ahead.
only boss, the only role where minister get them for that thing now for sign the coach. You know, they assign the coach on anything. The only
But
role
listen,
where minister where government get them now for sign the coach.
but
You don't tell the coach what to do.
Sako,
Yes.
you are talking about an event, right? It's just like you go to a new job. The day they sign you, HR is the one taking you around and not your supervisor. That's
They
what's happening.
design you, boss. Remember, say the contract say the minister the only country the only sign that coach give am for faker food. Now faker food you it means say your HR wait for work with
Okay,
the
but you're
person
not
that for
listening.
faker food. It's not coming from
But
the ministry.
Sako, you're not listening to me. He went to Cameroon to sign a contract. And
Yes.
during that event, the ceremony of signing contracts, the
Yeah.
minister takes you places to see where you're going to be working. Okay, so the protocol is that they go visit stadiums and they sign the contracts. That's the protocol made by the ministry. That's what happened.
The minister takes you to places where you be working, and one of that places in a field instead of go watch players the way they play.
No,
For
Sako, that was not in his program. That was not in his program. Again, I see Cameroon plays on June 3rd. Okay, Cameroon plays their next game June 3rd, a little bit over a month.
so, boss,
If you are the
boss,
coach, let me ask you a question. If
yeah.
you are the coach, is that time where you go look for players to integrate in the
The
national
first,
team?
if I be there, the coach, man, answer the question, boss. If I be there, the coach, I come for Cameroon. Just like he don't go for Europe now, he go look players him. The first way begin for one do and ask himself, say, now who's player then they around here? I hear say that because some people they call Nathan Douala, can I see him play? I hear say for that way Nathan Douala they play, we get very young talented players in there. Can I watch them play?
Me, they
At the
can't do
end
it.
of the day, feel like the last thing where any coach go
Ma, ask you
worry,
a
especially
question.
for team will come up for host Nations Cup.
But ma, ask you a
Feels
question.
and are the last thing. And that is why,
Bro, ma, ask you a question.
boss,
Me, they can't do it.
boss man make my
Me, Eno can't do it. Me, Eno 16-year-old, me, they can't do it to your national team.
no, you never see understand. You never see understand me. We are talking about what we can do to change the football milieu for Cameroon. What do we do besides money for make the beginning understand? Say make the beginning dream. You understand, boss? I did talk to you because no, I'll tell you something. Growing up as an Anglophone, I should say even Malik to fit testify. I should say even you fit testify because I already give an example of somebody where they were talented, they were good, but they give them conditions. If you not sign for Tune or Canon, you never play for national team. Now the mindset that will be growth and that way me I dey grow. I be not say as I be Anglophone for play for national team go difficult. I be not say as I be Anglophone, but then guess what? If we start build a system where the picking they be there for feel, the one thing that Magbis that for Gradeng. He watch them. He come out go. He go trigger to give a thing say, oh, this man go the camp for field. So man always be prepared. Even if they select them, that is just my point.
So
And then they
come
talk
tell something.
select them. But
Now be honest.
me at the tongue I say, if he be go for field, at least watch them play. It go trigger something where it go help with far more better than for you for go for field for Yaoundé. They go touch grass and look grass. That's just my point.
May I ask you, where did the playoffs actually take place?
Playoffs take place, I think for Yaoundé Douala, Yaoundé Douala. I think like two main field and that one. No.
Okay. May I ask you a question because you're talking about playoffs and all that. Do you know
Yes.
it's not the national team's coach's job to elevate the play at local level, at the leagues and all that? The national team, the coach or the manager, the job of the national team is to pick players that are eligible to make him win games. And when you have a new coach that comes and he has just 1 month, 1 month to prepare against his next team, do you think he will be going to see amateurs or will he be going to see professionals?
Boss,
Because
it seems
now
like
you are talking about you are talking about two different things.
I want to address the first part of the
Listen,
we talk.
there are long-term achievements and short-term goals. Right now, the short-term goal is to get a win on June 3rd. That's short-term. And he doesn't have time to go look for amateurs.
Okay. Now the thing that my point I try to make him. You need to go look for amateur for use them. You need to go look for amateur because at the end of the day, what you try to tell me and I say, you know, get long-term project will come over. We mean say it is just fake. Because if you get long-term project come over, if you know, make my point, boss.
Yeah, go ahead.
Make my point. If you intend for coach that team for the next 10 years, right? Then from day one, you got to start doing the way go trigger player the way if you use them for the next 10 years.
Is his contract for 10 years?
My point,
is his contract for 10 years?
I just talk say if you decide contract of the team today, any regular coach you go no say no what. By the way, never see the contract. Sometimes they sign they engage you for 10 years.
No, the contract is not for 10 years.
Okay, wait till the term for the contract.
It's a short-term contract. I think that contract for 2 that contract is not for 10 years. So this is the problem.
You don't know the contract. I don't know the contract. More no, she don't forget the talk. You don't know the contract. I don't know the contract.
What do you mean? I don't know the contract.
You
don't ask me. I tell you the contract for 2 years. What do you mean? I don't know the contract.
But you don't know the contract. I don't know the contract. Ma make my point. My point that the child make and I say no, boss. Even if they engage you now for 2 years, right? Any regular person go bill for 10 years. What can I start doing now? Where as I get my result them tomorrow, I feel see get my result them in the next 10 years. That was just my point.
No, but that's why I tell you about long-term and short-term goals. The national team coach is not there to, if he's not signing a contract for 10 years, why should he be planning for a national team for 10 years? He should be planning to win today. And if you want to win today, normally it means you don't have time to build a team. You come and start using the old players, then you interject new players that can help you win. Okay? So that's not his job. That's not his job, my brother. You should learn how to analyze these things. It's not his job.
No. Maybe Palava learn how to analyze this thing. If we want to go by that logic, maybe his job to for go start the visit player them when he not get an engagement with Fake Food.
Man, I've told you
if we want to go by analysis,
listen.
If we want to go by analysis, boss. If we want to go by a logic, if we want to go by a logic, right?
When I tell you things, I don't just talk out of the air.
If we want to go by a logic, meaning she get for engaging, he get for work with Fake Food. Now Fake Food get for tell you say go for Europe, go visit the player them, go for here, go do so. Come for here, can do so. If you do other one them, where you don't get anything now with Fake Food.
Sako. That's why I tell you, say sometimes you have to do research. If you aren't challenging me for that, you get to do research. I don't tell you, say the man signed contract for 2.5 years. You did it, they argue me. It's out there.
Now I tell you, say no. I don't need for know how long he signed contract. Boss, basically, understand what you try for talk. Now you don't talk say na a job for do certain thing them. Now I tell you, so if we go by that same logic, maybe if a job for start visit player them when you know they in good terms with Fake Food. At the end of the day, the player the way they visit them, now Fake Food get for convocate them.
No, Sako,
right?
you are wrong. You are wrong. Listen to what I'm saying.
Boss, more move on. I know
When you
I
try,
argue. You are not wrong. Let me
okay,
coach the convocate player for national team. Now
now
fake a
who?
foot.
Now who?
Now fake a foot.
Now who?
Now now
Now
fake a foot. They send
Kokobudi.
all letters for convocate players. Now the reason why even for Nana
Listen,
case, boss,
listen,
ma
Sako,
finish with I
listen,
tongue now.
Sako. No, when you say
Ma
something
finish with
wrong,
I talk.
I must correct you. When you say something wrong, I must correct you.
Okay, go ahead.
The
Now the
coach,
convocate player for national team.
now coach. The list comes
No be
from the coach.
coach. No be coach.
Okay, who the make player? Who the
No
make
be
list?
coach the convocate players for national team.
Who the
Now
make
the
list?
reason why the negotiation for Onana
Okay, who
between
makes the
Manchester
list?
United and it be there between Fekafoot and Manchester
Yeah,
United.
I don't degree the communication. If you want to talk na Fekafu, they send email. But who makes the list?
Now make list be different from convocating the players. Now the same thing I the try to tell you say,
Oh,
guess
it's
what?
just
You the
technicality.
ma finish no, ma finish. Now the same thing you the coach. If you make your list, right? And what don't see that you don't happen for Cameroon. If you make your list for 22 players, it reach that you get for your for how they call them for coach. You get for federation. Federation take the list. He move 3 players a day. He add
That's
3 players.
that's wrong.
Ma finish.
That's
Boss,
wrong.
ma finish. Boss, you know so one, you know the one challenge me now you go to get you don't follow Cameroon football from a distance for a very long time. Me, I don't be opportune. You never stay for not only play the league, but for actually engage with all these people them and even the process. I don't be for that position where they call me, tell me, say, your name be there for this level. They want reach for this level because minister be get some minister be get like 3 or 4 spots in the way now for minister. The one they win now for Fika food.
But
And then
Sako,
the
that's
remaining
wrong.
spot then they and now the thing that I made the travel tell you where you argue me say would not already start on the wrong footing because if minister was sign coach Gian for Fika food, but then he don't sign the coach, he don't Gian for Fika food, he already said he send the coach, make the coach go meet up players and all of that. That is already on a wrong footing. That is just my point. So whenever they
Sako,
talk say
ma
this
ask you
thing
one
wrong for
question.
here, but then one tongue come for the other side will say
Sako, ma
no.
ask you one
But,
question. Ma ask you one
yes,
question,
ask
right?
me.
What is the job description of a coach?
My answer.
Does that not include visiting players?
My answer.
Okay,
My answer.
yes, answer.
Okay. Number 1. When you don't engage coach, and based on the procedure put in place by ministry and Fika Food or by government and Fika Food, ministry gave a sign coach, give for Fika Food for work with the coach. Now, when you don't, now there is way that they ever talk same before ministry sign that coach. He gave to be in accordance with Fika Food now because we want sign coach way it go be in accordance also with Fika Food a long-term project for football for country. That's the reason why you cannot just go and sign a coach. Might say go sign coach way, for instance, like the tongue saying a short-term project, where maybe Fekafu get a long-term project for football for country. Now, one part that now, when you the ministry you don't sign the coach game for Fekafu, the coach get right for produce result based on the project where Fekafu get them. Because now Fekafu they tell you what they want them. Fekafu tell you we no one win Nations Cup, we no one win World Cup. But one make sure say in 20 years, more dominate football for all level. Now Fekafu know a project we want them. So now I don't know. I know ma answer the question. Now I don't know where to be Fekafu project because from the look of things, he did a ministry the instead give the coach project, and he explains why they take it going for field, carry come back, send it for Europe, and then he don't start visit players them. If you ask my opinion, basic role for coach now for select players them where they feel help produce the result, the required result of the federation we signing. The question now, the two way McBreezy do is it working in accordance with Fekafoot projects? Now the question that
Sako,
yes,
you know your problem.
no,
Even as you try to disguise anyhow, you always come back to say you and Malik. You not always come back to say
no,
I tell you, listen, I develop my this thing.
No, if you make on that way, you know, fine if me too, we don't talk for years since. You know, be fair if I tell you say whatever thing you're saying is coming from a place of hate for Ethiopians. You know,
No,
like
listen,
no,
I
no,
don't talk about hate here.
finish.
I talk about hate.
But when you start talk, say me and Malik, wait till what the judge try for do now. Say, would the try for me particularly? I
Mm-hmm.
don't know about Malik. Me particularly, I try for just use now basic instances for
But
make for
answer
put
the
up an
instant.
argument.
No,
Now the reason
my
way
answer to the
when
instances, you know.
yeah
Because when we discuss the fun I said we have done about
yeah
we don't need to talk football for quite a while, right? And I didn't remember
yeah
the instances when you say you don't know Fika Foodie project. It make we go back to all stuff when we system we know Fika Foodie project. Fika Food
no
wants to win today. That's why
no
Goberson was sacked.
boss more argue too for some reasonable way. They feel one for win today, but guess what? Overnight they don't decide say, you know what, that winning today no help you because people like you don't tell them say una stop for one fit foul for market day. People like you for so many months, you don't preach say made a focus on long-term projects rather than short-term projects. So then
But
when they
again,
want listen to your advice, now you don't talk say you don't turn and say
exactly.
no.
Sako, sometimes and when
Yeah,
I talk something,
yeah,
marinate and leave me sit marinate. I don't
yeah,
ever tell you in football there's a long-term and a short-term project. Our local
yeah.
league, our local league is a long-term problem. You should not mix that with the national team. National team that another project, but our long-term league. That's why I said it a legacy. It will be defined by local league. You see what I tell you, because this African football is funny. Today you can see Cameroon playing as if they can never win a trophy. Next year they can win African Cup of Nations because most African teams are disorganized, and that's how African football is. But if Cameroon want a record harvest for a long term, they should plant
Yeah.
and put all their money and their energy in local football. Okay, you can run the two parallel. You can run national team like this and run local football like this. That's why I've also said that Eto'o should compromise even with the government because his long-term project or his legacy is the local league and not the national team. That's what I've been
And
saying.
boss,
If you listen,
boss,
you will agree with me.
I agree on you 100%. I agree with you 100%. The same way you talk, say, you for go parallel with with ministry and Feka Food, and even the national team and the league. Now, the same thing I talk, say, now on that basis, when I talk, say, just Mark Breeze coming to Cameroon and signing that contract and showing up for stadium, not be even like coach, just as an individual. Not be even like coach. Any man we don't play football, we there for the place now. He go tell you. I remember the very first time where no, I don't hear the name Omambik. I don't hear the name Omambik. See whatever thing he be do for TV. Um, I remember my first game for first division. Sable de Batier Union. It be then an opening day for league, but we never be playing at the opening game. The opening game again will be na Coton versus Ask. But we began to play before them, before the opening game happened. Back then, I be there Boya, I be there University of Boya, and then I be there Douala at the play Sable. So what I be doing, I say after every game for Sunday, I dey run go me back for Boya, go find my notes them, attend class for Monday, attend class for Tuesday, and then come back now for Douala, start training Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then maybe we go play. That union game, after that union game, I mean I don't run come me for fee, find my motor, run go me for Boya. For go start find my notes them. Only for me for one come up for training on Tuesday. Coach, who's how you go? Now that time they just appoint Omam assistant coach with that German guy.
Mm-hmm.
He said Omam be there for fee. Omam actually come out for grading after that game. For can talk to you. Probably for take your contact and for take all these things them. You understand? Just that the fact say Oman be there for fee. He watch people them. He come for Sable their dressing room after the game. For can find me that year, we will get at least 4 or 5 players they play for national team. I was rather unfortunate.
Mark
So now me
Series,
I be actually bringing for the dressing room, but now different people they benefit from.
Sako
Now
Mark
that
Series,
year when they call where they be bring him, how they call them?
Sako
Big
Mark Series
German guy
taken.
them.
Mark Series
Yes.
taken. You think so for 2.5 years this coach McBrace no go watch local games.
Boss, I beg understand me. I beg understand me. I am not saying you know go do am, but I
Okay.
dey just talk say I dey just my point now say instead for you for go the smell feel, and I'm saying this also to the minister. I dey talk this also to the minister. Instead for you for carry the man may go smell feel, I go prefer me you carry you go for Brazari school, for Kaji, for all these football academies for Yaoundé. May he go visit them. May that picking they just touch Mark Breeze, may they just touch national team coach, and then they start dream. That is just my point.
They go get time for dream. Two and
They'll
a
get
half
time
years.
for dreaming.
Yeah, 2.5 years. He will see the local players. I've seen that happen a lot with all these guys. And he himself, he has said that he said Cameroon has talent. So there's enough time. We should not spend time talking on what he did on his first day of his contract. Of course,
Emma,
a good. My dad was my dad, right? Is an agricultural
yeah.
engineer. So I know grass. There are different type of grass. Maybe when he touched the grass and tried to look at it, he's trying to look the quality of grass that the players are playing.
Mark Breeze roll that. Me boss, mo not even go for this.
What do you mean by that's not his role? What's his role?
Maybe he roll that, bro. Now
What's his role?
2024 this.
He's in his office. His office is a field. He's in his
the office no be feel.
the office now. The
The office no be feel boss. Now
office now.
2024, even if we get a good drunk, they go still play for day.
No,
If you become no get feel, you know go touch me the build feels them. Boss, more argue. Let's say one to argue. My next question will go be wait, let's see. More read comments more. I beg many people for comment section don't feel how to ignore them. Malik said it would have been nice for Mark Breeze to go watch the playoffs. Now my same point. I know you doesn't mean that Malik could reason the same. My brother Emma, he say, so where are you going to? I think say once say get the players. Get the players for the national team if you don't develop the local league. Both should function together and not in parallel. A good local league will make the national team stronger and competitive. And that is exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what you're saying. But I feel say the only play will differ. And I say, me, I feel like we feel use the influence of the coaches. The same way we don't use the influence for Samuel Eto'o for bring people back for field.
No, listen to what I'm saying.
I finish why I talk about.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
We use the influence for the coach for come for feel. When that picking the see for feel, they go start a dream, and so their performance will probably improve. So where are you going to? I think that man repeat that comment. TMA the LA laugh na laugh. TMA continue for laugh. Leonard Tabi, exactly his job. Exactly. His job now is to win the games at the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, we need deny. We need deny. But guess what? When we be higher Rigobert's song and the job be being able to win the game at the moment and he win the game and qualify, we'll be still come back and talk say it's not just about the winning, it's about the play style. And
Now,
then we'll start to call it.
Ito.
My fini make my point.
Mhm.
When he be play against Brazil, he win without Onana. We never still be contented. We start to call it for Nations Cup. May he play Onana, and then we lost against Senegal. So when we talk about all of this, we not only talk about when he reach your Rigobert song, and then when he reach your Magbis now, oh no, may they leave him, may do you work and all of that. Now just my point that
he don't play one game.
Leonard Tabi, it's short terms for now, and he has the right to look for professionals. Professionals the way almost if I remember very well, all the players they play Nation Cup, most of them they play in a professionalism. I'll be see the result we will get them. So when you start talking about professionals, I don't even think how many Cameroon clubs don't go for Africa Champions League now Toridey. What are you talking about? How many Cameroonian clubs don't go for African Champions League? African Champions League every year Cameroonian clubs they go for the TMI. I don't understand what your question is.
They come over eliminatory rounds.
Yeah, they come over eliminatory round because not get level. And the reason we not get level now because the reason we not get might give you the reason why we not get level also because
I know
people
why we not get level.
People the way they play the league, just like me when I was playing that league, I be no me say you just play the league now for play league. You need to play league because you get prospect for play for national team.
Yeah. No.
And the same reason way I will go back to the fact say when we start proof for the picking them, we'll start proof for the picking they say if you play fine for Cameroon league, you go play for national team.
Sako.
We go see how things they go change drastically.
Sako, ma tell you why things are not change anytime soon for Cameroon.
Me and you, yeah, ma just make this 30 seconds I beg.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before league, before playoffs, me and you be don't forget. You talk how we Nathan Douala him a good player.
Oh
He need even play.
no! Oh my God!
Finish.
No! I don't let him misquote me. No misquote me. No misquote me.
I will go find that video. I will cut
No
down.
misquote me.
You
No
talk
misquote
say
me.
he need be good player. You say he need even play. He need even start and all of that.
No
Guess
misquote
what? The
me.
other picking for national team, that picking in mindset don't change. Today that picking is a monster.
I've
Go ahead and make your point.
been Nathan Douala before they call it for national team. See, it does you no good to misquote me. I don't talk him for year. Even now, so today, I don't talk him even today. Say I watched the Nathan Douala. He has the talent, but he's not good enough to integrate the national team directly. That's what I said. You can bring him there and maybe let him grow and stuff like that, but he's not good enough to play as we speak. And we saw it, the African Cup of Nations. He went there. We did not even see him on match forms. Okay, those are facts. Okay, winning Cameroon league does not make you good enough to play for the national team. That's a fact. Again,
but back then, Tone and Canon players then they be good enough because they
they were winning Africa. They were winning CAF.
Double standard. That is the double standard we are talking about.
The best players were playing in Cameroon. They were winning CAF competitions. Go look at their records.
How many CAF competitions don't win them?
Canon has won maybe 3. I don't know, 1. Then Tone won maybe 3. But they were winning. Even the last time Coton played a CAF Cup finals was in 2007, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's close to 20 years now.
Then imagine, our league has plummeted. As some people, our league has plummeted. The level of football is not the same.
No, and the reason why I need to deny you.
Okay,
I need to deny.
So we have to put effort. We have to work.
And I need deny. And for the way me I talk, say one of the effort they will get for make them now for use everything will get them in place. And one of that piece will get them will be easily use them now the influence of the national team coach. I know what it will mean.
May I tell you the number one motivation?
I mean,
may I tell you what's the number one motivation?
Number one motivation are the coach.
No.
Boss, I tell you as player. Mark you example, right? You don't come up with
Mark, actually simple question. What's the number one motivation for players who play in the EPL?
When you talking about Cameroon football, when you talking about EPL.
But football goes hand in
hand. Might tell you the difference between EPL and D1. EPL, just like any other professional league, American league or whatever, they get a structure where if Peking be good, they will call it for national team. So not Peking not the way he play. He wonder why whether tomorrow they'll call me for national team.
No, see what the answer said. See what the answer said. Okay, go ahead.
Any Peking where they play for France, where they play for England, where they play for Spain, your only responsibility now for be good. You will get called up because you get media where go meditize you. And then you get a system where the coach no go get no options. If statistics shows you be good.
No, but
go back to Cameroon like I talk. Nina me I go talk to be super player. I was a super player or I was a good player. No, not only me. I know so many other people. It did say like the person where you talk about it for year. You don't give example of the person where they tell you say if you not come up for that team go play for Canon or Tone, who no will call you. Is that even fair?
Sako.
But see what it happened, right? For 1990, it was Claude Roy, I think, right? Now Claude Roy be there for 1990, no?
No.
Now who?
Claude Roy go be there for 1998. You mean 1990 what? World Cup or what?
World Cup.
Valerie Neponachi.
Back then, we had coaches who I don't know much about Neponachi, but I know say for Claude Roy time. Claude Roy be there mostly for Cameroon. If the worker watch leagues, if the worker watch players, and all of that. For me, now the influence that why they talk to the coaches, they feel bring her in. The same way
but who don't deny?
Huh?
Who don't deny?
I know what to say. No, you don't deny since you don't make any sense.
No. I don't tell you say
that's not me. No. To say grass be important.
No. I said that's not the main motivation. Listen.
What's the main motivation for you, boss?
Is for players in our local league to be able to live off the money they get paid. Okay, that money, that financial stability, that's the number
Mhm.
one key motivation for any player in the world.
Okay, ma tell you something. Players of China, they get financial stability. They don't win how many World Cup?
Oh.
Ma ask you another question.
Listen,
Players of
listen,
Okotong,
listen,
players of
listen.
Okotong, players
Sako,
of
ask your question,
Okotong,
my answer.
players
No.
of Okotong, they get financial
Sako,
stability. Now then they win league
Sako,
this year.
Sako,
Players of
Sako.
Okotong, they have financial
No.
stability. They don't win how many Champions League?
Okay, continue talking now. Continue talking.
You don't
You
make your
ask me
point.
question, you know what I'm answer.
Uh-uh. No, I don't ask the question. I be want
Then
to give
you
you
have answer
example
now.
them, and I will ask my
You have
question.
answer.
I want give example them, and then based on that example them, you will answer the question.
Okay,
I
you
don't
have
say player
answer.
for China, they get financial stability. They don't win how many league? Player for America, American national team, they get financial stability. They don't win how many competitions?
Sako, may I ask you a question?
Yes.
When you go to work every day, is your motivation to get rewarded with cups or accomplishment, or is
Mhm.
it to get a monthly salary or that weekly salary so that you can be financially stable and grow your family and plan your life accordingly? What's the number one motivation? So you kind of tell me salary is
My
not
answer the
more
question.
motivation.
No.
Yes, go ahead.
My answer, right?
Yes.
My answer. Money will motivate you for one play. But the two it go carry you reach for level where you become a champion, you could become a winner. No be money.
May I ask you a
Now
question?
how much passion you get and for which way you do them.
So may I ask you
Now
a
the
question?
reason way, we see player the Eden Hazard them super talented, but at one point in time they disappeared. But then you turn around and you see, boss man finish talk. You turn around and you see Lionel Messi, they be consistent for 15 years. You see Cristiano Ronaldo, they be consistent. You feel say that money they keep Ronaldo, maybe money. Now passion for the game.
Oh,
Samuel Eto'o, DJ Drogba, they
okay.
stayed there for how many years?
Okay.
Now passion for the game they keep them. Maybe
Okay.
money. Any
Okay. Then I'm
player go
done.
tell you, any footballer, any athlete go tell you, say, by the way, now two way from they start teaching from Brazil school. You put money, they say as you stand for this, so you there for middle. Money there for left, your talent and passion for your game there for right. Move say football there for right. The more you dey follow football, now the more money they follow you. The day where you turn start follow money, football go walk away from you and we don't see them.
Oh my goodness.
No,
Money is not a motivation.
Mula Aga say, the coach wey they bring Abu Cameroon a mess. Me, I know if you agree, and if you agree on that, me, I know we like the way they recruit the coach. I know we like the way they bring in the coach and all of that. But I don't see the me for personally, me, I feel like in order to make your own small effort for make things go the right way. The beginning no must start fine, but if you actually make some amendments, if you adjust some certain things, and then the rest of the journey will be smooth. Um, if there is one thing with me I like and for the coach, na this palava say he go meet player dem now, he go visit player, get that one-on-one talk with them. I know the kind of question they ask them. How for you, how team with their relationship with the federation, with their relationship with the ministry. What are some of the things you feel like we can change? And also that the conversation how it get up
No, but
etikiti or ekitiki. The new people there, they never ever play. I think Baleba, like my boss talk. I feel say the conversation where they get out with them now. Wait to be the grounds, wait to be the foundation where you think they go permit you for come back and play for Cameroon. When a good thing. My brother don't talk for you say if you like the coach na a good communicator. Me, I feel like he don't show signs of being a good communicator. Whenever he writes it off right now, like my boss talk, we don't see team the way they're not qualified for World Cup, but then they win Nations Cup. We don't see team the way they play I think a quarterfinal or a semi-final for World Cup, and then they come for Nations Cup, they get eliminated. Where it means it just depends the present group, the persons where they manage them, or the persons the way they manage them, and how they feel make things they work for that time. When we win Nations Cup for 2017 or 2019,
2017.
We'll be win for 2017. I bet you say most of we would watch the video now or wait for this panel right now. Who don't even know that player as their name. By the way, Abubakar was not a starter, Kulu was not a starter. So
They
many
were
people put down
starters.
the name of the starter.
They were starters at the beginning, but coach we put them for bench for second round.
Okay. By the end of the day, they went ahead to win. So for me, just like many other Cameroonians, I feel I will more give Mark Brice a chance. More give Mark Brice a chance if Fekafu decide to go with and all of them agree, say, okay, now more give you a chance, more support, more give all the way in need and for succeed. Now, when you not succeed, then we'll be like, you know what, you never succeed, come over corner, more find different man. But for
I
we for
think
Shillong for you conclude today saying a bad coach and all of that, me, I don't feel really, I don't think so, I feel really and if you go that ideology. Karo Malik, at the local level of Cameroon, you can't make money or play for money. You play for passion and small support at the level. Uh, I don't think say 1990 player they make some crazy money. Sitting now and now the struggle will be their house, but then they gave you
times
one
have
of the
changed.
craziest.
Times have
Uh,
changed. Times have changed.
Times have changed, but you know what? Accept it, times don't change.
No, but I make my argument. When I make my argument, I make it out to according to what I'm talking about. You talk about 1990 players. Those players, we see them begging for houses from the head of state. We see them not able to take care of themselves. That's what needs to change. That's what the motivation. That's what players are actually motivated right now. Now, if players in Cameroon can get paid their worth, if sponsors can come in and make the league better as far as money, publicity, and all that, you will see talent go from here to there because money is the number one motivator. Even
When was the last?
Opopo president talked about paying his players and buying players about it with I don't know how much money he quoted. That's what football is all about. Football is an entertainment business where people come to watch and get satisfied and put their money where their mouth is. That's what football is all about. Do you know how much we pay for cable just to watch EPL games here? It's all about money.
Was
If you don't treat football
was
as a business,
when
then
was the last time England win Europe League? I mean
and
Europe
those players are
Cup.
getting paid. You watch them; they are superstars. They are getting paid.
We are talking about winning for the
They are
national
making
team. What
millions.
can help
What are you
us
talking
win as
about?
a national team?
You
What can
think,
help us win as a national team? You do want put money for front.
but you
You
are
want put money. So
chasing. You are chasing
my
the
argument
wrong
and money
goal,
if you make it happen.
Sako. You are chasing the wrong goal. You are chasing the wrong goal. Football is a business entertainment where people win and lose. Not everybody wins. What are you talking about?
But then you the talk say the formula for winner for put money. So me I dey ask you about teams in
Yes,
way
there
they
must be
don't put
money
money and I
involved.
know you see their result.
But the money is do you know how much money these players make?
Brazilian league. Brazilian league and Cameroonian league. I should say money they find for Brazilian league.
A lot of
I
money in
think so,
Brazilian
right?
league. A lot of money in Brazilian league.
Their national team, when was the last time they win the World Cup?
But again, that's the wrong concept. You are getting the wrong concept. Football is an entertainment where people go watch and get entertained to go through
So
lives. Do you know how the French built their football after Second World War? Do you know why the
so
government got
so by
involved?
a point, we just get to go there be entertained. It's not about winning the trophies, right?
There's a goal. You spend money to win. You spend money to get entertained. Consumers come in order to get entertained, and they watch the league. They spend their money there. They create jobs. What are you talking
Boss,
about? You are
EPL the
talking
weekend.
about national team win. What does winning trophies give you?
All of a sudden, you know one winning trophies, but then now that was what you guys were advocating
I
when Son was
prefer
there.
I prefer players. But listen,
Mono go for the boss.
no, but I prefer.
More switch to more. More use this last minute then for talk EPL. How you watch on the weekend? Your volume don't go. I don't know what's happen. Your volume don't go.
You're talking about the EPL, right?
Yes. How you watch on the weekend?
I mean, there are two teams now in the race: Arsenal and Manchester City. And that's
Mhm.
what I thought. I said Liverpool was not good enough. Their defense was not good enough in order to make it. We saw them lost against Everton in the derby, and we saw them drop 2 points against West Ham, and that's what I actually
Mm.
thought. So for me, Liverpool was not good enough. Meanwhile, I think Manchester City and Arsenal is gonna go down the wire. Arsenal has 3 games remaining. Manchester City has 4 games remaining. I think right now Arsenal has actually gone through the toughest schedule that they had.
Mm-hmm.
Saw them beat Chelsea. We saw them beat Spurs today. So now they have Manchester United away at Old Trafford. That's gonna be a one to look at. But they have 2 games. They have one against Everton and
Mm-hmm.
one at home against Bournemouth. So I expect the title race to go down the wire. Meanwhile, relegations. We know there's a team that has already been relegated in the EPL, and then we have Nottingham Forest fighting. We have Luton, Burnley. They're all fighting to stay in the EPL. Meanwhile, Champions League spot. Spurs lost today, so Aston Villa is ahead of Spurs. Liverpool in that third position. Arsenal first. Manchester City second. I don't think Manchester United can make Champions League. So basically, that's a roundup for the EPL.
Bayern Leverkusen, 46 games,
Unbeaten.
they never lost. Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, it's impressive as we talk about Xabi Alonso. He's the new kid on the block. It's impressive football the way they play. They play you for 90 minutes. They get you all worn down physically, mentally. I think they're a mentally tough team. So now with Champions League next year, oh, it's not yet done because they can have
Mm-hmm.
a treble, right? They can win the German
Mm-hmm.
Cup and they also have a Europa. That
Mm-hmm.
in which they are competition. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they go through, the end of the season. But I think at some point they'll get beaten. I don't think they can go unbeaten.
Rome Jose say Mourinho will probably return to Chelsea. I don't know if you don't hear him.
For me, Mourinho is not an effective coach anymore. For me, his time is, football has left Mourinho. If I'm honest with myself, that's what I'll say. Football has left Mourinho.
Xavi for Barcelona before I think 3 games ago, they be don't start say he go probably leave. I think he said be announced as he go leave.
Yes.
But he did like they already renew the contract and he's staying.
Yeah, he's staying because he had a conversation with the executive, and they decided to
Mhm.
extend. They were able to convince him to extend his stay, so he's staying.
Why you think say they want me stay?
Because I think they realized that it was not all his fault. Maybe this year the way the team actually played, and also
Mhm.
they saw some improvement after he made that statement. So they saw some improvement in his play and all that. It was convincing. And then they have summer in order to buy players and maybe strengthen the team.
Mhm.
So the only man they can see, someone who has won, and don't forget that he also won a La Liga in his first year. So they see someone that can maybe you know, change the team and get a better team next year.
Spanish league, in English league, head to head. Which one you go with and why?
I mean, they are very respectable teams, but when you look at Europe, the Spanish teams have always dominated Europe. So that's why I tell people like that when you look at the head to head and all that, the Spanish league has actually done better than the English leagues.
Serie A. What is your take?
Inter Milan has dominated Serie A. They won the Scudetto. Dominant performance, and I give it out to them. There was no one who actually could challenge them. AC Milan, Napoli fell down right to 7 for 8. So Inter Milan has been the most consistent team in the Serie A in recent years. So
Inter Milan, they actually win without Onana. Is this will it be okay for someone to say, oh, it means Onana be actually look good over there because he had a good defense and a good midfield or a good team. And now for Manchester United, he's looking kind of bad because he don't really get the same team.
well, you can. Some people are saying that, so I can't stop them from saying that. But is that fair? No, it's not fair. Onana has won from Ajax to Inter, and at Manchester United, this is his first year. So the team basically has to get better. It's not an Onana issue. The team has been playing very poorly. So I won't say Onana. Well, for me, Onana is one of the best goalkeepers in the world.
What did happen where more than 20, 30 years ago, Italy was about AC Milan, Inter Milan, and some other names. You hardly really get a new name come and establish themselves like, okay, we did for here now, we'll be here forever. What did happen where some few teams, and even for Spain and even for maybe England, you get some few names the way they just dominate and they dominate for a very long time. Wait till it happen. Whereas we get other clubs the way financially then too they find then too they actually go out and scout good players and buy all these wonderful players. But you get a some specific team there they always dominate league.
Well, last year we saw Napoli actually won the league in Italy. This year, a team that has been good, coached by Thiago, is it Thiago Motta, if I'm not mistaken? Bologna. Bologna is actually doing very good. They're playing some good football, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Atalanta. Atalanta also is in the Europa Cup. And I think 2 years ago and all that, did they go to the finals or something like that? You know, so you have been having some good teams actually coming up. There's a lot of money in football, and that's what I tell you, man. The motivation for these players to turn professional, because the life of a footballer is too short. It's about 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
The average life of a footballer career is about 10 years. So within 10 years, you have to make money. It's not about trophies. Those trophies, yes, it's good for to show that I have a ring or I have a cup and all that. But what keeps you going after that football is how much money you make and if you can live without football money for quite a while. Because after their careers, there's basically no income coming. So you see a lot of players getting frustrated, like the case in Cameroon. But those who are comfortable, those who were paid good money, and those that you don't hear them, like the Laurent Etames, like Chami Alphonse, they are doing very good because they manage their career well and they don't need to come back to football to try to, you know, beg for positions and things like that, you know. That's why, for me, the most important thing is to get Cameroonian players able to live with money that they make in the local league. That will be the satisfaction. For me, national team is an additional, it's a
So
bonus.
boss, actually if you say the players they come back and want involved with football now because they don't get money.
Look at them. Look at most still hanging around.
Oh, that is so wrong. You cannot say that. Man,
No, look
these
at
people
bro.
these people are people that way just like me and you. We are passionate about football. You understand? You get here every time, every week, once every week, and even on your own spare time, you talk about football. You're not making any money from it. You're not making anything from it.
Bro, I'm
You
talking
just
about
enjoy
those who
it.
are taking. I'm talking about those who are taking football as a profession. It would be nice
So
to see them earn money. It would be nice to see them earn more money in Cameroon. Money that
I
will.
accept. I accept that.
That's what I'm talking about.
I accept that. And most of them actually make the money, if you make a Chile manager and all of that, they squander the money. So it's not even at the level of too
No,
nice
I
to see
cannot
them make
go
the
look
money.
at.
If them, but
Listen. Okay,
I
go
want
ahead.
to make some point.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I need to deny say more no give the players a chance for make money. I need to deny. But at the end of the day, me not even if it determine what they will take their money do. Just like we don't see so
That's not
many of
what I
them
said.
squander the money.
That's
No,
not what I said.
well, boss, I not talking at China where you talk. I
Okay.
just talk and say me. I need to deny say I no go like for see the make money the same way you talk. But at the end of the day, it not change the fact that most of them visit squander the money like some of them they don't squander them. My point is, you just come over talking and say, now because players they need to make money. Now whether you see some of them they come back for one manage football or do this and that. Now I just say it's wrong to say that because
No,
just
I
like
said
me
hang
and you,
around
we are
football.
just passionate about the
Listen,
game
listen. No,
and want just
no.
continue.
I didn't say manage football. I say hang around football because we see a lot of that happening. The 1990 Lions.
What is the
What
difference
happened
between
to them?
manage football and hang around football? Because all the
This,
ones just playing as some role for manage football.
look at Sako. The problem with us Cameroonians, Africans, is that we don't like talking
Yes,
speaking the truth. Okay, we don't like
yes,
talking the truth about our society. We have a culture where we like to hide things and all that. That's not my approach. I say it as it is. I've seen a
yes.
lot of players. Back when I was a kid, I saw Mbappe Lepe. die
Yeah.
at Lakatini Hospital. He didn't even have
Yeah.
money to provide for hospital bills. That's the type
Mm-hmm.
of frustration that players go through. We can sit here and talk about the Samuel Eto'os and be happy and all that.
And this is a problem we have also, right? You dey give example of Mbappe Lepe. I know other players in two-way today they are wealthy, they are fine, and all of that, and they never even play for level for Mbappe Lepe. If Mbappe Lepe be decide for making life
No, no,
useless
no, no,
or
no,
whatever,
no. But listen, Sako,
boss, you don't make your
Sako,
point. Man,
I
make my
cannot let
point.
you. No,
No, man, make
I
my
cannot let
point,
you misquote. No, when you say
boss.
make use, no, no, no.
But
Sako,
you don't use example from Mbappe Lepe, right?
99% of Cameroonian footballers.
You
I'm
don't use
talking about
example for Mbappe Lepe, no,
yes.
right?
Mm-hmm,
Ma use my own example. Jumaine Toko
mm-hmm,
today na doctor for America,
mm-hmm.
right? So
Yes,
na subjective. It be subjective. The
but
outcome of a player, whether in life or whatever, it did the same like how
Sako,
we don't see people the way they give them millions more than Mbappe Lepe, but then they
Sako,
end up very wretched. Now my
Sako,
point about the make them,
Sako.
yes,
We are talking about 99% of footballers. I'm talking about footballers playing in Cameroon. We're talking about 99.9, if not 100%. And you are trying to make just one.
na their personal decision. We
Oh,
don't see people the way they born there for Cameroon. Me and you, I don't work for Cameroon, nothing. I'm better off today because I don't play for national team.
Sako, Sako,
See
Sako,
no, me no.
Sako, listen, listen,
The way me
listen,
I
listen,
look the life,
listen.
the same way you look am,
Listen
the
to
same
what
way
I'm
you look
saying.
at
Listen to
boss.
what I'm saying. Sako, listen to what I'm saying.
Yes,
This is
yes,
my opinion, right? When I
yes,
say that I want a better life for footballers in Cameroon, a life that you can see footballers live off their salaries and all that, it's all about
yes,
what we have seen here in America, how we see people creating business, creating jobs, and all that. It's all about making your society actually also better. That's what
very
football is
true.
all about. For me, if to
Yeah.
make Cameroon win Nations Cup, then may they no pay player or may player the local league no job. I don't care. May we no winner.
Okay, boss, I ask you some question. Wait to be um salary for class 7 teacher for Cameroon.
Now you're going into other domains.
I just ask no, I just ask
I
whether you
don't
know
know.
about them.
I don't know.
Huh? Okay,
I
you
don't
don't know
know.
now. You know, but you
You
know
don't
what
need
you
to go
talk.
to the,
Um,
remember on here I've said that football is not the only thing in Cameroon that's not working. And remember, I've said on here that even in
and
10,
and
20
and
years,
and and, and the reason we no boss. I mean, I need to
what
deny
are you
what you
talking
dey
about?
talk. You understand? Me, I need to deny say may they not ameliorate salary or pay for players them. The point you may try to make and I say they cannot be our responsibility when they fail. They cannot be
Is
our
that what we're
responsibility
talking
when they
about?
fail.
We have not even given them a chance. You're talking about failure?
How you tell someone never give them a chance? And no player they don't play for Coton where they be earn not less than 500,000. Today they're in the streets begging. I know so many players. And for my time, I be the play for Sable the Bati. My salary be then at 100,000. But guess what? Because I mean, no so my
So,
salary in
let
100,000. I
me
will
ask
not
you a
give you an
question.
extra. Boss,
You talk about
finish
Coton.
what they talk.
You don't talk about one team. You talk about Coton. How many players play in Coton?
How many players play for Coton? Probably get like 40 players for effective.
And that's just one team. How many teams are there in Cameroon? So
Well,
it's convenient for you to talk about one team, right?
you need to understand my point, boss. You need to understand my point. Now the same thing even for Cameroon. Now the reason I ask you say wait to be primary school teacher is salary. But guess what? Primary school teacher is salary and minister is salary. Name na the same thing. Name na the same thing. But primary school teacher go no say he be primary school teacher. If you dey play for PW Kumba, you dey play for PW Kumba because na your level that. You don't expect you go to play for PW
Sako,
Kumba. They will pay
Sako,
you salary for Cotton Sport.
Sako,
No.
then I don't even understand your. I don't even understand your point.
Yeah, you
I
never
don't even
understand.
understand. I don't even
You never
understand.
really play for PW Kumba. I know they expect salary for Cotton Sport. If you want salary for
I
Cotton
don't.
Sport, go play for Cotton Sport.
That's
If
a
you be primary
whole.
school teacher,
That's a whole. Sako, that's a whole different conversation. That's a
yeah, it will
whole
ever be
different
a whole
conversation.
different conversation when I start make sense. But however, I'm gonna go ahead with
Did we lose Sako? Okay, I guess we lost Sako. I guess we lost Sako. We're just gonna wait to see if he gets back. Yeah, Ubeno. I'm just waiting to see if he connects back soon. Yeah, there he is. He's back. The conversation got heated and Sako fell off.
And he
More,
only
more,
wants when I want to talk about veteran tournament. You get me?
yeah, yeah. Let's talk quick. We can close quick with the veteran tournament. Then I have to jump out.
Yeah. By the way, okay, I want to run this in less than 10 minutes.
Okay.
Number one. Uh, for you, wait to be veteran soccer. Wait to be veteran soccer.
Well, it's about community building that you've been talking about. It's about
Mm-hmm.
social events. It's about helping each other. It's a great entertainment. Labor Day. Is that Labor Day weekend or Memorial Day weekend? Uh, so that's what veteran football is all about. And it's not only about that day because the whole year, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you have various teams actually playing, helping their community, doing community service, and it's
Mm-hmm.
a whole big family. That's what veteran football is all about.
One argument would always get now who be veteran player. Veteran player is it supposed to be someone who played and then they're not playing anymore? Any person way if you go play ball, who be
Well,
veteran player for you?
we all played at different level, right? Even
Mm-hmm.
Dimakash, Nakipo. Well, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's about the love of the game. So for me, that's not really. I find it funny when people try to. Of course, within veterans, people distinguish themselves. So that's what he's
Mm-hmm.
talking about. But for me, veteran football is everyone who actually loves football and played football at various levels of their young career. Anyway,
Now the national veteran tournament for year now one of the biggest competition that will get them. Oh, it don't go on now for so many years. Every year and a year in year out, we see improvement. Wait to be that one too. We expect for see and the year for make the competition, for take the competition to another level.
to take on to another level.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to answer that because I've been one that I've tried to see bigger presence like on social media, bigger
Mm-hmm.
engagement during the year when the tournament is not taking place. But I don't see that, and when I don't see that, for me, I think the tournament is actually stagnant. I don't see
Very
uh,
true.
yeah, I don't see a constructive. I don't see a path. I don't see a project. I see just isolated. Because last year Grenade did one. It was one of the best. The
Mm-hmm.
fields, the crowd. This year is going to Minnesota. I don't know. So there's no real teamwork, or the teamwork is not at the level that I might have liked, because having meetings like virtual meetings and talking over the phone doesn't actually do it. If they had where they could collect data, build a project, a structure, and where you want to be in 2 3 years, and
Mm-hmm.
get more like footprints of your community, because most of the people who attend veterans uh the players, I can say maybe 80%. No, let me see, 80%. Yeah, because no, let me say 60% are the players. So I would like to see maybe more, where it goes to 40% players and
Mm-hmm.
60%, people who just heard about it, advertising, social media, So I would like to see. That's what I envision for veterans.
I think that social media part, that social media presence, now one thing they really need for consider my only reason why I feel like the need for do something about it, because like we talk, they don't make the whole thing don't be like not only during that weekend we they get for play, wait something they happen. But for me, not get for really be that so. I feel like during the year, now that time they really get for take time, set up a system where if we always educate people, if you always showcase different things, if you even showcase different veteran groups across the country, what did they do? So for create that build up towards uh, the tournament, and even after the tournament, if you use content, now free information that I give them, if you use content from that for actually continue build towards the next competition rather than we just shut down until that time. Now the
Exactly.
tournament is big, but I feel like if they start add some certain thing them, it will make them much bigger and more impactful. I think last week we had a veteran team from Germany visiting, I think, Gwinnett. If Malik be get away for if it tell we, it shows it is so wait to the plant time it actually yield fruit. However, for me, Texas people, we get into what we call activity. We're at the Texas Veteran Tournament. I don't know if teams them from other states that participate. But now mostly for we around Texas here. You get any idea about that competition?
Yeah, I've heard about activity, and yeah, it's a good competition among teams from Texas and surroundings, Oklahoma, and
Like
of
Oklahoma, yeah.
yeah. But activity, I've heard about it, and I think it's a good initiative.
You really think they get the place? Some people they will argue, say, "Oh, why do that? You make people break away from the main tournament, which is MVT."
I think what stretches teams is finance. They have not yet
Mm-hmm.
found a way how to raise more money. They only go through membership and things like that. But if teams actually find a way to raise more money, then they
Mm-hmm.
can go to these tournaments, various tournaments, without any problem. So TVT does not actually step on the foot of NVT, because we see NVT still has a huge turnout.
You hope for see MVT partner with like Fika Food for help football development for here because me personally I feel like if our national team get for yield more fruit, they get for get some partnership deal maybe with Fika Food or if ministry one coming fine. But I feel like that's something get for the exit between the two where if you actually can tell people for national veteran tournament, because most of winner papa they will already get picking them 15 and above. Uh, People then they get picking them a bit younger, but then start the talk to them and encourage them and remind them say, hey, we want put in place a system where if some picking be good, with the guarantee when I say it will get called up for the level for the category for national team we it deserve for play for. What do you think about that partnership?
I don't know how that will work, because we live, although yes, we are national, we are Cameroonians for the most part, but we live in a different society, we live in a different world, and our mindsets are totally different. So I don't know how that will work, because when you try to do anything with the Cameroon government or with FICAFO, uh, you have to kiss ass. We don't like kissing ass, man. So I don't see how that will
No,
work.
my thing is everything being equal because change not until they occur every minute. They can decide to change today. Cameroon if decide to change today. Probably have it decided you want to change it today. So my
Yeah, but I
question
mean,
is
mhm. But our main
my
focus
question
here,
now.
yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Our main focus for NVT here is building our communities, entertaining ourselves. So our immediate environment is our communities here. Although we have the tag of Cameroonians, but our immediate community, our immediate where we want to help and develop community is here in the United States. So until we are able to take care of that, build a solid foundation, we cannot go and be looking for partnerships that might not even help us.
Now, when I talk about partnership, I don't know which level you take and go, but like I dey talk, for me, it don't even be a basic partnership way. Every time we activity they occur, Fekafu fit send representative them. Send representative for come for year, for go around and talk to the different clubs and remind them of where they're coming from and what they can actually do to contribute back to football back home. For me, I don't really feel like it get for being as over big things, over super thing. What on a ministry, what on a fake food. I feel like any person if you do them. I don't think they even get for being as until we TV to get for spend money. He did say like how to eat if you will carry a camera and today go for the national tournament and then the worker interview people. So I just feel like, but then if it be formal, I remember very well. Say I think last TV in MVT, Gwyneth they be the one bring it to office. If I remember, if I remember very well, they be the one bring it to office and all of that. So me, I just feel like if we build that relationship, because say if he help football, especially for Cameroon, in one way or the other. Now just so me I feel. However, my next question, or probably my final question, um, about MVT, who you dey think? Because I know say you be person wey dey travel plenty. Una get plenty teams them around side where you dey, and then you dey pay attention plenty for football. You get friends them with other clubs, and based on last year probably performance also, who you dey think say go win MVT the year?
It's very difficult to say because there's little or no visibility during the year, right? It's when we get there,
Mm-hmm.
we watch the first series of games, 2 games, then we can start making those type of uh,
Predictions.
predictions, of course. But for now, it's very difficult because there's no visibility. But Gwinnett teams like Gwinnett, teams from
San Antonio.
Texas, those teams that have big fan bases, they always be present
Mm-hmm.
somehow. Yeah,
By the way, for any person wey dey watch, on a watch out for AVFC, Arlington Veteran. Uh, I know it's what they talk. Those guys, they are coming up and they need play. They come up and they say they need a joke. The two are they see them, they do all the days.
I
My
think,
heart the
I think,
cut.
yeah, but I think winning a veteran has always been about discipline and experience. That's why you see Gwinnett coming all the time because they have a leadership that knows how to play these tournaments. So I
Mm-hmm.
know the guys of Arlington veterans. They are my boys. They talk a lot, but I don't see the football that they play, man. They talk a lot.
By the way, right now, I dey watch images from their friendly game yesterday, Arlington Veteran versus Funny. I hear say Funny to get spot for NVT, or they get spot now for TVT. I don't know. It was a friendly game. It end 3-3. It's just beautiful football. Like I talk, I know what you don't. At one point in time, Arlington Veteran was a force to reckon with. When MVTB start for Atlanta and they will go Oklahoma. Arlington Veteran be then one of that teams away where any man be go play against them.
But
You know,
guess
see they
what?
get, but then,
But guess what? Guess what happened? I don't care about discipline and leadership, right? Maybe they'll be divided
now
into
I
two.
now I dey travel. Now I travel. Now they where they go. But at one point in time, disorder enter inside,
Uh,
disunity enter inside, and
uh-huh.
all of that. But right now, I bet you things that go back to where it used to be. You don't see the guys around the come back, the split will be occur. The people where they believe they don't come back.
Yeah.
We don't see we get a new coach in the name of Nathan. You know your man Nathan. Nathan a very passionate, very passionate person. One person
I don't
we
care.
can,
Maybe new coach for anti veteran.
yeah, now they coach now for like 1 or 2 months.
I don't tell
Yeah.
Nathan say when I coach against him, me I don't want coach, but when I coach against him, he must lose. Nine that I tell you,
Yeah.
nine
So
that we are red. Nine that we red.
yep. So I think say things that actually go for some side way, especially for Arlington veterans, where it make kind of sense. The guys that they come back, you realize the almost all man be don't put on weight because some small team they go on with people they need be like so people be don't scatter and man go on side.
Okay.
But like I talk, watch out
Maybe
for
we should
Arlington
put on
veteran
that.
the year.
Okay.
Like you be the talk for win veteran tournament na discipline. One other thing we not mention and two na numbers because we don't all
Yes.
know.
Yes, no numbers.
Normal
Number.
no dey way if you can give 90 minutes, you need be Kalesune.
Yeah.
Most people they
But you see what I tell you, say a big team. Yeah.
yeah,
Yes. Numbers. Yep.
yeah, that numbers really matter. And now one of the things in that way Arlington veteran be dey suffer from because there was a split. We get very limited number to work with, very limited
Una
number
come buy me
to
now. Una come buy Guardian.
yeah.
Una come buy
Na
me.
man that
Even the man don't
Koshi,
cut down. Even coach. See coach.
eh, all man the workout. Oh man, the train. Yeah. Oh my man, I like the guy. I like his passion. He did like you.
When I come by me, no,
Uh,
when I come by me,
you talk with your man, no. I'll talk for you.
when
I like his just like you. Una passion for the game. Una love for the game.
you
Sometimes
know,
me, I sit and I'm like,
Me and Nathan will go from one together. Since when?
wow,
5 years ago, now you know, Lex Paul Limberman,
wow.
electric power. Can them jambos?
Yeah, man.
When I come
When I
by
see
me,
that player, when I see him physique, no, that man no bad ball. See player, see
yeah,
player.
oh, but leave that thing. When I
And the
come by
other
me,
good thing way
okay.
I like with the group with Nate and the Bilam. I see a group where we need even one train with that beginning they get on the age. We'll
Mm-hmm.
make sure that every person get age for play NVT and every person a player we will rely on. The passes of Arlington veteran when training be start, you see with the play with that small picking them. Thinking okay, when they make you run plenty, it makes sure you'll be fit for go play against your fellow veterans them. But we can't discover say any work that way. Train
That
with your
no,
veterans, build your
that number nine look like football man, but the bill say na just he just look physique, na just physique. Football no dey skin number nine.
no, he actually scored like 2 goals yesterday. He's good.
Okay.
He's good. We have a good. The Alex veteran get some good team. The problem would always get an not just that division, not just that division. And even for the game yesterday, the first 11 we play with the win 2-0, and then
Mm-hmm.
they change and pull Chop Nanga de Lewi. May will enter go mess up the teams. They been at 3-2, and then
Okay.
they change back. They bring a new team, and then the new team can equalize the goal before it end 3-3.
When I buy me,
Boss, thank you very.
when I buy me, I can't play una.
You're playing a play, right?
I be guardian. They never tell you. Just ask. Go ask
Okay.
Nathan about me.
And we need. You don't see a man.
Go ask Nathan about me.
You know the guy, right?
Oh, man, say I never see his face.
Where my show you face. Now in that, my
Clarence.
show you.
When a Clarence, you show me. No, I don't know the guy.
No, my show you.
If you show me that Clarence, I know Clarence.
No, I need be Clarence. Now in this come number 39.
No, I don't know you. I don't know you.
You don't see for Toridey, no, then I coach that.
Oh, okay. The man to the player.
Yeah, into the play.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. What you want to talk for conclude? I don't go take your time. I never beg you 1 hour and then can hold you drain all your brain.
No. I mean, to conclude, I mean, we actually need to build our football and take
Mm-hmm.
responsibility as people. I mean, we have to get two sets of goals, long term and short term. Short term, the national team will leave our May coach do whatever he want to do. If result come, fine. If no come, that's okay. But we'll give local league 5, 10 years, build the local league so that in 5 years we will get players and where if you come on local league, go play directly for national team. We'll get players that will come on local league, go play directly for second division, first division for Europe, wherever. That should be the goal. Eto legacy go be for local league. May forget about that national team. The reason I talk so now because fights over the national team and it's gonna derail him. If Eto
Mm-hmm.
no if Eto no be careful, he go come out national FICAFU president where we no major tournament. And
But boss, you did talk say me focus on for national league, and then you see talk again about winning tournaments for a national team. You notice you dey contradict yourself.
no, I use Naito what Naito is said they don't talk as he want win everything with Cameroon national team. But me at the tell say
Which be a
me say turn focus now with local league.
which be a
If na me
suggestion for ye.
if na me
Which
at
be a
Eto,
suggestion
if na
for
me
ye.
at if
Yeah.
na me at Eto, I go to tell fans and say my major focus na local league.
Now development of local league.
Exactly. I'll just say
Which be a suggestion for him. Which be some of the things if you say again for start do push
honestly,
am to
honestly,
make.
honestly, honestly, bro, the way I don't see
Mhm.
Eto administer, I don't think he can achieve what a lot of people think. he will be able to achieve, because it's not only dependent on Faker food, it's also dependent because I don't tell you how football is a whole business, right? It's also dependent on what government does to make him successful. So it's gonna be difficult. I don't really know. We have
Yes,
to
so
just
technically, what you determine and say Ito is not going to fail because he deserves to fail. Now, because we get people that for government, we don't know a leave Ito succeed. Boss, thank you very, very much for today. We don't talk so if they do it in twice a week, but you busy, are busy. I don't know how to do them.
no
But I
once a
really
week.
want to get a stick. Yeah.
Once a week is good, but we just have to get a maybe a stable time. Once a week. I think once a week is good.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, say
Thank
Europe,
you very much.
Europe actually come. Yeah, Europe League to the camp.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
And
you,
then
bro.
I think more continue for make a system. It should move. If we talk down for background,
Yeah.
end this stuff. Guys, thank you very much for everything. When I don't mind me the way I dey go, my boss, and a person we get so much knowledge about football. And when I notice sometimes the for extract a lot from him, you have to push him with the questions, you have to push him, you have to ask tough questions, you have to act tough, you have to really be hard. And then he will come up from that comfortable place for really want explain certain thing and really share certain thing them. And that is how we all learn. One thing is sure, we all want the best for Cameroon. We all want the best for our community. We all want to see football and things just get better. Thank you very much for today. If we talk something for you, we know like how the back on a twist and tram for bush. But if we talk something you like them, think that one wrong with them. I see some person dey tell me how we go say match. I don't answer you. And the small to read of get am for today. Oh. And don't forget to share the video. Ooh, this was good.